the final trailer for the Five Nights movie has dropped. The runtime for the movie has leaked online and we are concerned. We've got a whole host of new behind-the-scenes images. And Freddy and the gang are coming to Halloween Horror Nights. All this and more in your weekly behind-the-scenes look at the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Hey there, FNAF fans. It's your Sultan of SLUURP, Aiden, bringing you another sizzling edition of our weekly behind-the-scenes series. The buzz this week is unreal. And yes, you guessed it right, we've been graced with the final trailer for the Five Nights epic. But hang on to your seats, because this episode isn't just about the trailer. We've got a smorgasbord of updates and tidbits to dive into. So without further ado, let's unravel the mysteries of this week's Five Nights movie revelations. Before we jump into the latest news about the much-anticipated Five Nights at Freddy's trailer, there's one topic we can't ignore, the ever-elusive runtime. Just as our last episode was winding down, Rotten Tomatoes dropped a little bombshell. They listed the FNAF movie's runtime as 3 hours. That's right, 3 whole hours. Now, we didn't jump the gun and share this straight away because honestly, it sounded more like a placeholder than a genuine runtime. Let's put this into perspective. Most horror movies clock in around 90 minutes. Sure, the FNAF fandom, ourselves included, would probably sit through a day-long movie if given the chance, but for the general public, that's a commitment. Then just to stir the pot even more, FNAF news accounts weighed in. Fazbear Bliss was reporting a typical 90-minute runtime. They then did a complete 180, reporting a 2 hours and 2 minutes runtime. They're confident, but their sources? Still under wraps. And the mystery deepens. Following the release of the official trailer, Rotten Tomatoes conveniently removed their 3-hour listing. So, where does this leave us? Well, in a bit of a runtime limbo. We don't have concrete answers, but here's our prediction. A 3-hour theatrical release seems unlikely. Maybe in a director's cut or a special release. But for the mainstream cinema audience, we're anticipating something more traditional, but with FNAF, you never truly know what to expect. Alright, Five Nights fans, before we dive into the secretive nitty-gritty that's been making the rounds online, let's address the animatronic in the room, the final full-length trailer for the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. Just a few days back, the rumor mill was buzzing, and when the trailer finally dropped, it's safe to say the FNAF community was ecstatic. Now, if you've been riding with us on this behind-the-scenes journey, you'll know we're all about the behind-the-scenes whispers and murmurs, not necessarily the trailer contents. But for those of you craving a deep dive into every eerie second, SLUURP has dissected it in a 20-minute special. Check the description. We dropped a link there for you. Historically, with every trailer drop, we've seen the cast and crew turn to social media, shedding light on their roles and adding to the frenzy. This time, though, strikes have made the rounds, silencing the usual buzz. Yet, Christian Stokes managed a cryptic shout-out, hinting at the community's dynamism without stepping over boundaries. Now, let's talk fan reactions. From what we've gauged, it might be the most well-received trailer yet. Our very own Connor did ponder if the amusing Mr. Cupcake scene might deter some fans hoping for a more mature tone, but feedback suggests the opposite. With Spring Bonnie's dramatic reveal, the community seems to be unanimously echoing, "This is cinema." We did have a curious observation. On Universal Pictures and Peacock's platforms, it's labeled as Official Trailer 2. But hop over to Blumhouse. It's boldly named the final trailer. Mistake or marketing mischief. With the movie's release looming, it wouldn't shock us if another trailer or a slew of web spots start flooding our feeds. And now, for a community pulse check, let's see how the SLUURP squad reacted. Over to our Discord channel. Donnie, share the vibes.
Drill Sergeant Jellyfish says every scene in that trailer made me cry tears of happiness. Emu Atori thought the trailer was absolutely amazing. Love the fact we got to see more of the animatronics. They look fantastic. I love Spaghetti said the cupcake is scarier than I thought it would be. Agreed Spaghetti lover, Gabriel Lucas Johnson has a lot to say, starting up by saying they loved the final trailer very much. They loved how the trailer showed more of an aggressive side to the characters, even with Carl taking down an entire intruder. And finally, the Bite of 80 Max said they loved it. Blumhouse did a fantastic job creating this final trailer, seeming as though the final product came out amazing, especially since it revealed a larger shot of Spring Bonnie, as well as more of the pizzeria.
A big shout out to our incredible community for sharing your insights. It's clear there's an overwhelming wave of positivity surrounding this trailer. If you're itching to get your thoughts featured in a future behind-the-scenes episode, don't wait. Check out the link in the description or simply scan the QR code on screen to dive straight into our Discord server. Join the conversation and be part of our ever-growing FNAF family. In a series aptly titled Behind the Scenes, it's only fitting that we've been treated to a bounty of behind-the-scenes photographs accompanying the new trailer. Flashback a few months, and many will recall how YouTubers Daco, Resboski, Baz, and 8-Bit Ryan got an exclusive sneak peek during the Five Nights movie production. As the release date looms closer, these YouTubers have been treating us with glimpses from their unique expedition. And let's just say, this latest set of images, quite possibly the most revealing ones yet. The star attractions here are undoubtedly the animatronics. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy are all showcased in their eerie glory. We've sung praises multiple times on this series, but it bears repeating. The collaboration between the Jim Henson Company and Blumhouse on these designs is simply masterful. One image in particular caught our attention, those infamous red eyes on both Chica and Bonnie. Contrary to the speculations that these were post-production edits, it turns out the animatronics were crafted with this very design. The practicality of it is great, with operators having the capability to toggle the eyes' modes based on scene requirements. With each new peek behind the curtain, our anticipation soars higher. As we inch closer to the film's release, we're bracing ourselves for even more sneak peeks, especially once the strikes conclude and we can finally hear from the film's cast. In news that's music to every Five Nights fans' ears, Universal Studios dropped a shocker. Freddy Fazbear and crew are making their debut at Halloween Horror Nights. If you're a regular on our BTS series, you know we've been buzzing about this potential crossover for what feels like forever. Universal's official Halloween Horror Nights Twitter account gave us a taste of the chills and thrills awaiting visitors this year at Universal Studios Hollywood. One of the highlights, a show aptly named Blumhouse Behind the Screams. Diving into the spine-chilling archives of Blumhouse Productions, the show promises an immersive experience into movies like Paranormal Activity, Black Phone, Invisible Man, and Insidious, The Red Door. Attendees will get a chance to venture through the silver screen, encountering authentic film props, mesmerizing costume displays, and some genuinely unsettling character encounters. Of course, the gaming community had one burning question: is the Five Nights at Freddy's universe part of the experience? To which Halloween Horror Nights cheekily responded, it sure does. Details remain tantalizingly scant, so it's anyone's guess what the Fazbear-themed part of the show will entail. But considering the Five Nights at Freddy's film releases on October 27th, the Blumhouse Behind the Screams spectacle might be the perfect sneak peek. Rest assured, as we uncover more, you'll be the first to be in the know. Hold onto your seats, folks, because this jam-packed episode keeps delivering. This time, we're taking a look at the film world's version of Fashion Week, the release of new movie posters. Universal and Blumhouse have indeed rolled out the red carpet, unveiling stunning character posters for the Five Nights movie. Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Carl, and Foxy. They're all there, serving us major Fazbear frights into the pit vibes. Now a slight detour, let's talk about that logo. These posters unveil a bit of a twist on the Five Nights at Freddy's movie logo. And if anyone's been keeping count, we're clocking in about 1,000 logo variations for this film. I mean, what's up with that? Is this film in a logo identity crisis? Even the brand new international poster didn't shy away from joining a logo party with its own distinct design. But setting aside the logo roller coaster, can we take a moment to appreciate the sheer artistry of this poster? Hands down, this latest release is a visual treat. The animatronics look downright eerie, and that neon backdrop. It's the kind of ambience we call in the vernacular of today lit. And just like that, we've wrapped another episode of Behind the Scenes. We've dived deep into the movie's intriguing runtime saga, dissected the much-talked-about trailer, unveiled some stellar behind-the-scenes photos, and let's not forget the unexpected delight of Fazbear and co making their grand entry at Universal's Halloween Horror Nights. If you just stumbled onto the SLUURP YouTube channel, let me tell you, we're practically oozing with FNAF content. And if you're looking to become a part of our Five Nights family, our Discord link awaits you below. Now the highlight we've all been eagerly anticipating, our cherished Five Nights at Freddy's countdown. How long before we can sink our teeth into the movie? Drum roll, if you please. Only 55 days to go. We're just a tad under 2 months from what promises to be the Halloween sensation of the year. But before we bid adieu, do yourself a favor, hit that subscribe button to stay in the loop with all things FNAF. Until next time.
Five Nights at Freddy's enthusiast. If this is your first time on the SLUURP YouTube channel, brace yourself. You've just reached the ultimate destination for Five Nights content. Indulge in the most captivating Five Nights movie content you'll find anywhere on YouTube. Dive into our behind-the-scenes series, where we unveil the juiciest news and leaks. Join us in our thrilling countdowns, where we unravel the secrets, speculate on the plot twist, and peek into the impending revelations of the movie. And if that's not enough, our How to Make series even predicted the movie's twist and turns before they hit the screens. Check out the description below this video for a treasure trove of other mind-blowing Five Nights content. See you next time, SLUURP heads.